Welcome to 93 students. I know it's last week, but I feel like it's necessary to go over a few things when it comes to constraining um, assemblies, um, especially assemblies that rotate around an axis to get its natural state, its natural movement. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use an example of something that you're using now. So I'm going to go to New, go to Assembly. I'm going to open up an assembly. And I'm going to hit browse. Something that you want to do, you want to think about is you need to strategize when you're building assemblies. The first part that you're going to bring in is going to be a grounded or a fixed part. So pay particular attention on what you want to bring in. In other words, you wouldn't want to bring a bolt or a nut in first. You want to bring a part of the assembly that's a major part. So we're going to use this yoke. I think it's in chapter 12. I'm going to bring in this yoke plate. Click on it. I didn't bring a template in, so I'm going to go and change my document properties and my units to millimeters. All right, the first thing I like to do is go to View and go to Temporary Axis. Notice that each one of these hose now, and even the fillets, have a axis that popped up. Now, these axes are going to be very important when it comes to constraining your mating parts. Remember, it takes normally 3 constraints or 3 mates to fully confine or fully constrain a part so you can control all its degrees of freedom. All right, so the next thing I want to do, I want to go ahead and bring in my mating part. Browse. I want to bring in my body. All right, notice that the body come in with, and this body has all degrees of freedom. Notice that I can move it in any direction right now. However, for the first yoke that we brought in, notice the F in your parts browser. It's fixed. All right, so the first thing I want to do is go to my mate after I went to View and brought in my temporary axis. I want to go to mate, and I'm going to pick this axis, and I'm going to pick the corresponding axis for the hole. I don't like the way it's orientated, so I'm going to flip the alignment. I'm going to hit check. That's good. I like that. Now I'm going to do a face to face. Just go face to face, and I want to split the difference here. This is 8 millimeters between the bracket and the body. So I want to click on this little distance option and go 8 or 8 millimeters. Sorry, 8 would be the full distance, so I want to divide that by 2. And listen, that will actually, if you guys want to put an equation in here like 8 divided by 2, notice that it will automatically do the equation math for you, and you don't have to do it. Hit my check button. All right, now I have a part that is mated in 2 degrees of freedom, but notice that now I have this rotation around that axis at 180 degrees. So you're probably saying to yourself, well, how do I limit that degrees? So I'm going to show you an advanced mate. Because what I want to do, I want it here, and then I want it to be at 180 about right here. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my advanced mates right here. And I'm going to use, it's called the angle in my advanced mate, and notice that I have a maximum and I have a minimum. First, what I want to do is pick my 2 faces. I'm going to pick this face and this face. I'm going to flip that. Alright, I'm actually going to use I'm going to use 0 here because I want it to be there forever. I'm going to use, my maximum is going to be 180. So now what should I have? I should have a part that will rotate to there, to there, to there, to there. And that's its natural movement. Alright, that's the advanced mate. and that's called the angle, and then you have the ability to do a maximum and a minimum. So I can go 180 and I can go to 0. Alright, let's go ahead and bring in our boat. This is a metric boat, I believe. This is your toolbox, which is right here inside your design library. And for you that haven't added it, you need to go ahead and add it. So let's go ahead and put our boat in really quick. Let's go to boats and screws. It's going to be a hex head boat. I'm going to use this first one. What I like to do is just come and drag it. And I'm going to click on this button, go to, I believe it's an M20. And the length is either 110, I think it's 110. Now I have two options on my thread length, but I just need enough thread to come out the outside of this bracket. That looks good. I'm going to hit my check button. So what's the first thing we're going to do now? I've got to hit my escape because it'll keep bringing in the boats. We're going to go to our mate and we're going to pick this axis because this is going to rotate around an axis. And we're going to pick this axis inside that bracket. And hit my check button. And notice that I can pull that out so I can go ahead and do my face-to-face. With boats, all you need is two. You need the face-to-face and you need the axis. So I'm going to go there to there. That gives me my face-to-face. Now notice that this boat will move in its natural state. It should revolve around the axis like so. Lefty, loosey, righty-tighty. And then hit my check button. And it shouldn't move anywhere else. Okay? Let's go ahead and get my nut on there. And it's the same method, guys. Go to my hex head nut. I'm going to use the flange type. I'm going to drag and drop it. Pick M20. Hit my check. What's the first thing we're going to do? We're going to go to mate and do our axis. This axis is the axis on the boat, which is right there. Then we're going to do a face. The face. Coincidence. To there. Okay, so I should have a nut that spins on the boat, left to right. Okay? This is the correct way to do mates that have parts that rotate on an axis. Any questions, let me know. Thanks for a great semester. I hope these videos have helped you out. You got any questions, let me know. Make sure you do your final, everybody, because your final is worth 20% of your grade.